Greetings and welcome to this meditation on February 14th, 2023, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all. We will begin a meditation here in a moment on, I'm going to call it healing meditation because we're going to focus on healing in some way. So if you could begin to think about an issue in your life, a physical concern, emotional, could be even a medical diagnosis, a psychiatric diagnosis, or even an emotion, a behavior, or a concern of any sort. We can approach anything here, and we're going to go through a process that allows us to take a closer look at it. So begin to think about that. But as we think about what healing really is, what illness really is what the body does when it's sending a signal that something is not right. Something needs attention. And so we're going to apply some attention today to what is happening for those who are on this call and those who might listen to this later. But the entire body, whether you could talk about the body being physical or energetic, but it's always striving towards wholeness, and even sickness and illness and disease of any kind is a healing response to bring the body back into alignment. So there are non-physical energies that are always coursing through the body, and they do so to confirm wellness or illness. And so this non-physical energy flushes through the body at times in exaggerated fashions to rectify what is occurring in the body. And every illness is a means of assistance to alert you to something in the body that's needing restoration. So let's look at it that way, that your illness is something that's happening, and acceptance is a whole lot more helpful and potentially restorative than having an attitude about it, or negative emotions about it, or having any sort of judgment about illness. And in a way, I've heard people talk about loving yourself into health. That's certainly a thing, and you can try that. We might have some of that go on here tonight during the meditation. But let's go. We got somebody coming on here, so pardon me for a moment. All right, so we're going to begin this meditation time. So as we start, just go ahead and begin to do some deeper breathing. And of course, you're going to be hopefully lying down or sitting comfortably, very comfortably in a chair, lying down on a couch or the floor, on a mat, in whatever way that you can be most comfortable. But as we do this, close your eyes and begin to send your attention inside. It's your body that we're concerned about today. And do some breathing. Gentle breathing. And your breath, as it's gentle and soft, long, slow, deep, is what brings you into the current moment. It brings you into a sense of what is now. It brings you into a sense of calm and peace. Has every potential to do that, of course. So we're just breathing, we're calming, going deeper. I'd like to ask first, what's coming up? Or what are you aware of? What would you like to focus on? What are you experiencing? Is there a malady afoot? Is there a disease or an illness or a diagnosis or some sort of disturbance? And begin to consider that for a moment, and allow your normal, typical view of that to occur. And it's okay that you may not like it. And there may be even some strong emotion about what's going on. It's okay. We might change that. We might not. But just be present. Continue to be present with your breath, noticing this thing, a thought or an emotion or a behavior, an illness, a malady of some sort. Let that be your focus. And now, with that issue or concern, what is the body doing? You're inside the body now with your breath. Allow your breath to go deeper and even scan. Allow the body to do a scanning. Allow your attention to scan the body. What is your body doing? What's the body's response to what is occurring? This issue that's come up. And also, what is the emotion? What are you feeling in response to what is occurring? What are the typical emotions that come up and arise when you consider what's happening? Does it really frustrate you? Does it anger you? Does it sadden you? Concern you? Worry you? Or any other emotion that may come up? Just be mindful of that for a moment. And in a way, we're just letting the emotions be what they need to be. They too are a signal. They're just telling you something. Continue your breathing deeper now, and calmer, relaxing your body. Regarding these emotions and feelings, where is this emotional energy found in the body? Where do you sense it physically? Is there a particular place, or does it feel like it's all over? Sometimes we notice things in the heart center. The chest seems to get a lot of attention. Depression is often felt there, heartache, hurt. There are times that the stomach, either the upper stomach or lower stomach, feels some sort of energetic sensation in response to life and living or what's occurring. And you can even use a label. It could be nervousness or anxiety that's in the gut, fear, or even what I said about the heart center, some sadness, heartache. Sometimes we notice things in the throat or even in the head. Just find it physically in the body and pay attention to that for a moment. And remember that, because we're going to come back to that. But remember where you found it in the body. It's not like you find the malady or disease or dysfunction or concern in any particular place in the body. It might be, but you might notice some tension that rises from it as you consider your emotional experience. And then we're just asking you to consider where it is in the body. And also, what is your attitude about what is happening? Maybe even more than emotions, even physically what your body's doing. How are you sizing it up, even mentally? What's your attitude about it? What are your thoughts? What do you believe about it? What do you believe about you? Some people go through things and they feel like they have done something wrong. There's some sense of shame because they've experienced an illness or dysfunction. They must have done something wrong. And these are beliefs. So I'm asking you to consider your beliefs too. Attitudes, thoughts, beliefs. Focus on those for a moment. And we've taken some sort of situation or an issue. We've considered what the body is doing, it's experienced in the body, and also the emotion of it too. What is the feeling and response, and also where is that emotional energy found, particularly in the body in some certain place? And what's your attitude? What are your thoughts? What are your beliefs? And now let's just come back to the breath. Find your breath and breathe deeply. Anchor into the present moment and do what we often do in this meditation group is what's called central channel breathing. It's focusing your breath in through the nose, down, inside the spine. There may be a column, we call it the central channel, but some sort of column. And you breathe down into the belly very slowly. It doesn't need to be fast. And then back up. Might even be 6 or 7 seconds on the in-breath, holding it a little bit at the bottom, and then coming back up. 6 or 7, 8 counts. You're allowing your breath to go through the body very slowly, gently, kindly. And as you do, anchor yourself into the present moment with that breath and become the breath. Go inside the breath as spirit. Because in most spiritual traditions, breath and spirit are the same thing. In wind and air, all those unseen dynamic forces that represent a spiritual domain where our help is. And it's the vast worlds outside, but yet also the vast worlds inside. But breathe as if you are spirit. Whose spirit? God's or yours? Yes, both. Breathing divine spirit in you. Allow that to be your central channel breath. Breathing spirit. God's spirit. And as you do this central channel breathing as spirit, breathe in and through the area of the body that you highlighted before, where you found that energetic disturbance in a way, the emotional energy that you found in the body. Wherever you found it. And through that channel, anywhere from the nose to the bottom of the stomach, somewhere in there, it might be the place that you located. And breathe gently through it. And we're not trying to make anything happen. And I'm not saying that if you do this right, then that tension will be gone and you won't have this issue anymore. I'm not making any promise like that. I'm just saying breathe. And breathe in and through. Breathe gently through the central channel. Breathe in and through that area that was highlighted. And again, as you breathe, consider how your breath is spirit. That's what you're breathing, spirit. And even Christ spoke about the streams of living water that live within you, that flow within you. And he was talking about spirit. So allow your breath as spirit to gently move. Spirit is always in motion. Whether in the outer galaxy or galaxies, in all the places of the universe and universes, or within you, the vast depths of the inner regions of who you are. Allow that breath of spirit to move in you. And even through those areas that you've located where there are tension, there's tension of some sort. Breathing spirit. And allow that calm to come over you and the peace to rise up from within you. And any potential for healing that comes from the divine realm, outside and within, allow that to capture you as well. Allow spirit to be strong. Allow your power to come up, to be empowered, to be the strong one, to experience healing in the way that you desire the most. And as you look back over this situation that you've highlighted for today, that you brought up at the beginning, how do you see this situation now? Did it change in any way? How do you feel about it? What are your beliefs? What do you believe now? Is it any different? And I would like you to do something different as we come closer to the end. This may be a little bit difficult. It may not be anything that you've ever thought about doing before, but begin to name all of the ways that you are grateful for this issue that's come into your life. It's now a part of you. Whatever it is, you named it, you know it. How are you grateful for it? How are you thankful that it has come into your life? How has it made you different, or maybe even a better person? How has it benefited you? Has it changed you in any way, one way or the other? Have you gained new insight? Do you behave differently? Do you see the world differently? Do you look at life in general in a different way? Just spend some time now offering gratitude. There's a couple of lines in the Serenity Prayer that goes like this: accepting life as it is, not as I would have it. So this acceptance is important. Accepting what is and what has occurred, what is happening. But also being grateful for anything. Offer gratitude now. Offer gratitude for these things and say as much as you can about how you're thankful. I have heard of people who, I've heard them speak and offer gratitude years after their time in Holocaust. I've heard people offer gratitude and thankfulness for illness and disease, for even difficult things that have happened, even traumatic things. Finding a way to come to be thankful. It's hard. But do that now. Spend some time doing that. And do that even more after we end this meditation. So now just begin to come back. Come back into the third dimensional reality that's your body and the life around you, the chair you're sitting on, or the couch. Moving your body around a bit just to become centered and grounded back into your physical existence. And then when you're ready, moving around just a bit, stretching if you need to. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes.